old boxing gyms were places of great nostalgia. I always felt like I was surrounded by the past. Old fight posters and old fighters and old sweat and old cigar smoke and just the whole vibe of what was going on today was built on what had gone on in the past. And I was at Joe Frazier's gym when the new group of fighters came to train there after the Olympics. And the sensation was Pernell Whitaker. In Norfolk, Virginia, they called him Pete. But when they called Sweet Pete down from the stands in some of his early fights, the press heard Sweet Pea. And so he became Sweet Pea Whitaker. There's some fighters they never stop talking about. And one of those guys from back in the old days was young Griffo. They were still talking about him, and he was still appearing on vaudeville stages 20 years after he stopped fighting. And they were still writing articles about him 20 years after he died. Some fighters form a bond with their trainers that lasts the rest of their life. And those fighters are very often talked about and remembered fondly. Then they started talking about the original Sweet Pea, Billy Peacock. Peacock was from Philadelphia and he had been a national AAU champ. And he moved to LA to train with Eddie Futch, and Futch campaigned him through the 50s. So here we were, more than 20 years later, talking about Sweet Pea Billy Peacock. This footage is restored. It's from one of two wars he held with Raul Macias.